Hello, this is Kerwin and Keith of Father Son Galaxy.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Yeah,
Congratulations on Star Wars Visions Volume 2.
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thanks a lot.
Right. Okay.
So, Mr. James, Star Wars Vision Season 2 involves bringing together animation studios from around the world. What themes or stories were you looking for the filmmakers to explore in this volume, and how did you collaborate with the animation studios to bring them to life?
That's a really great question. I don't so we weren't looking for any specific themes. What we were looking for were creators and filmmakers that had something to say, that had a story in their soul that they needed to get out, and something that was really more of a character story, something you could strip away the Star Wars and tell a story that was, meaningful and universal. So that's what we were really looking for, with these. That's where the magic comes from, and really you get the artistry of it all. So we listened to pitches, we'd hear proposals from various studios, and then it's a matter of, once we know that the filmmaker, the creator, has a core of something that they need to say, we're there as just really good thought partners, helping them shape the story to be the best Star Wars story, the most authentic Star Wars story it can be. And then we're partners throughout the process.
Jackie, can you talk about the process of selecting the 9 studios for Star Wars Visions? What criteria did you use to choose these studios, and what do the filmmakers bring to the series?
In choosing the studios, we're fans of animation. So we're looking for animation studios that are doing work that we love, or something new and different, or very distinct in the way they tell a story, or visually, or all of the above. So there were so many fantastic studios out there right now doing really great work. So it was not easy to sort of boil it down to 9. We knew we wanted to go to Arden and Cartoon Saloon. We're huge fans. But then, just research. Oh, where's that? Is that?
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay. So we boiled it down to the 9, and then when we approached the studios, we kind of had to ask if they would be interested in collaborating with us and doing a Star Wars short. What was great is that each studio in all these different countries had an affinity to Star Wars, Star Wars had an impact on their life. And that was really incredible, because you think how, in this country, or this country, is it as impactful there as it is to us here? And they all had a special relationship to Star Wars, and then a story from their heart and their culture that they wanted to bring. So I felt like the filmmakers really brought a lot to this project.
Yeah, great.
Mr. Josh, one of the unique aspects of Star Wars Visions is that the stories aren't canon, which gives filmmakers the freedom to create their own original stories. Can you explain the parameters filmmakers needed to follow when creating their stories?
Again, great question. We didn't give too many parameters. Our main parameters were mostly have fun, look at your culture. We'd love to see Star Wars expressed through your culture, and invest in creating brand new characters. I think those were the 3 most important pieces. And then we would work with them through the whole process. And we'd, if they needed help with story or Star Wars lore, we'd let them know. If they needed designs for ships or sounds from droids, we helped them out. But really it was their own stories, their own passion, like Jackie and James were speaking to, that drove their storytelling. It was what was personal to them, and then telling it through the perspective of Star Wars that was most important to us. And then, when you see familiar characters like Wedge Antilles in Volume 2, or even Boba Fett in Volume 1, that really is to service the journeys of these new characters that are just in familiar settings.
This is a question for any of you three. So we have seen the shorts, obviously, and they're incredible. Some of the
I want to
episodes.
know,
the
is
ending-
that Keith or Kerwin?
No, this is Keith.
Keith,
Yeah,
did you
I'm
like
Kerwin.
them?
Yes. Did you
Yeah.
like them?
I love them. Every episode is amazing, especially I Am Your Mother, because you know my mom is right there behind the camera.
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer.
And I really like that it wasn't just stories that are not too far off the path. Some of these went way to stories we would have never thought could have been told in Star Wars. And some of them were a bit closer to home, but each of them were great in their own ways. And I liked how none of them overlapped with each other to the point where it was like you're seeing the same thing twice. Like each of them had different stories to tell in different ways, and they were all excellent.
That's great to hear.
Agreed.
Thank
Sorry, I
you.
didn't mean to take your time. Just, you're the youngest reviewer we've talked to so far. So,
Really?
so far, yes.
Wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, and so some of the episodes, the endings seem to be open-ended. So I'm wondering, would the filmmakers maybe get a chance to continue their story when you do Visions Volume 3?
We're getting a little ahead of ourselves there, Kerwin. I don't know. Like, well, let's see how Visions Volume 2 does. I would love the reaction to be like as strong and as positive as the first volume. I think we're incredibly proud of this volume. I think the storytelling is fantastic, and it's really a great showcase of animation. So we're pretty happy with the work done. You never know until the fans get a hold of it and people start watching it. So fingers crossed that, you know, Volume 3 is something that we're certainly would be thrilled to do. To your question, could any of these stories go on? There's of course is the answer. Like they're not currently a storytelling. There's not currently storytelling being crafted around that, but like I would love to see so many of these stories. I would love to see Doll's journey continue. You know, I want to know what happens to her after she goes to that Sith mother. Is she gonna fall to the dark side? You know, I'd love to see all of these stories continue in different ways. So you never know. Fingers crossed. We'll see how the reaction goes, and then we'll figure it out. Thank you. Thank you.
You know what? I would love to like write a story for season 3.
What would you write?
I don't know actually, but it's got to have lightsabers in them.
Absolutely.
I love lightsabers.
It's gonna have a lightsaber battle.
It's gonna have an epic lightsaber fight at the end.
I agree.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time. We can't wait to share our thoughts on each episode in detail. So just thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you both.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you again.
Okay.
May the force be with you.
And
with you.
you.